Hello guys and welcome to the Brass Monkeys podcast. I hope you all had a great Christmas and a happy new year to all our listeners. Brass Monkeys Steve's been very busy over the Christmas period, while myself and Doug have been too busy doing Christmas shopping. So here's Steve with his interview with Euphonium player and conductor Robert Burnett. Apologies for some of the sound issues throughout this interview. The WhatsApp internet link had a little bit of interference. Hopefully it doesn't spoil the interview too much.
How did you start off with music?
I started in the Salvation Army as a very young lad many years ago. My dad was a junior band leader in the Salvation Army, and I was given a cornet, as most players are, and I could blow it, but I couldn't read music at all.
Oh, okay.
It was just like a foreign language to me.
Yes.
And I said to Dad, look, Dad, I can't do this. Let me play the bass drum.
Right,
so
okay.
I started playing the bass drum, and I started reading music for the bass drum because it was all on one line. And so I got to understand what a minim was and a crotchet and a quaver. Didn't have to worry about different notes. And then we had a new officer came to the corps where we were. And my dad came to me and he said, look, the officer's son wants to play the bass drum. He's the officer's son, so he is a euphonium.
So it was an immediate promotion, was it? Yeah.
It was. He thrust it into my hands. And shortly afterwards, I went to a Salvation Army School of Music in Roos, near Cardiff. And I was supposed to be going as a bass drummer. I ended up turning up as euphonium, with the euphonium. And it was like a light bulb moment. Because I'd learned to read one line, it suddenly dawned on me, this is the same as playing the bass drum. The only difference is the notes are going to be on different lines or spaces. And when that happens, I have to do something with the valves.
Well, it's quite a good way, really, isn't it? Because at least, as you said, you'd learnt all the rhythms, which is one of the sort of building blocks, isn't it? It's either you learn a bit of everything, and I suppose I did a bit with the Northup with the kids many years ago, and it was very difficult because you had some kids who didn't have a clue, and others who maybe could play a piano a little bit or a string instrument or something, and you've got to go about it a totally different way. So yeah, that's quite a good one, really. Learn the rhythms, then learn the notes. So yeah, cool. Huh?
It literally was a light bulb moment, and I thought, I've got this. And from that moment on, I couldn't stop playing. That's all I wanted to do was play euphonium.
Brilliant, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was it. So that was the euphonium sold. Yes, great.
It was. Yeah. Well and truly.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's a great way to do it, and to be happy with something. I always remember back when I was very young, used to go to Chester shopping, and it was only something somebody reminded me of, and there used to be a Dawson's music shop. We used to go past it in the precinct in Chester, and there was a trombone in the window always. And I always wanted a trombone. I always used to say to my mum and dad, I want one of them things, as a trombone. I didn't know what it was, but I always wanted one. Anyway, never come to that. It ended up as a baritone for a week, then onto bass. But there you go. So excellent, that. So we've got why euphonium, and have you always stuck with that after?
Virtually, yeah. I did. I've dabbled with various instruments over the years. I bought myself a drum kit and did some club and pub playing when I was younger, when I was in school on kit.
Oh, that's all.
But I was pretty rubbish.
Well, it'd pay for a couple of pints of beer, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I bought myself a trombone and learned to play trombone. So I played that as a second instrument. And I played a bit of saxophone over the years as well. I played a little bit of saxophone when I was in retail.
Yeah.
Taught myself to play saxophone and did a little bit with that, but always returned to the euphonium.
Well, it's not a bad thing to return to, is it? The youth.
No.
Yes, indeed. God's instrument. Nice sounding instrument in the band, isn't it?
In the right hands.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say something like that, yeah. So I suppose with your vast playing and conducting careers, I suppose a best banding moment is one question.
There's been plenty. You were part of one of them.
Now that's now that's a story. Yeah, I'm still living on that one. Yeah,
I don't blame you, mate. So am I.
Yes. Yeah,
that was the area contest up in Wrexham, and I was conducting Gwaika Gurwin at the time, and we didn't have a full band to start with, really, and sort of 2 weeks before the contest, we had players dropping out left, right, and centre, and we were up there, and we had a player drop out right at the very last minute. We didn't know until the night before, and I said, "Well, we're up here now. We've got to play."
Yeah.
And we had about 18 players, and we borrowed you on the day, if you remember.
Yes.
And we turned up at the hall, and we drew number one, the dreaded number one. And then the band said, "We've got to play the anthem, Rob. The only problem is we left the music in the band room." So we had 18 players, I think it was, plus percussion. We had no music for the anthem. We had to borrow it, and we'd drawn number one. So it was terrible. Anyway, I gave them a little bit of pep talk before we went on. We went on stage, and everything just clicked.
Yeah,
absolutely clicked. Band played tremendous. Did everything I'd asked them to do in rehearsals. Great performance. People, we played the anthem. In fact, Malcolm Brownbill, who's was a chief adjudicator.
Yes.
I sat next to him in the audience afterwards, and he said, "Rob, I'm English, and that national anthem made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up."
Very nice, isn't it, from Malcolm, yes, as well.
Oh, yeah. Just a fantastic day. And, of course, we won.
Yes, yeah, it was great. And
one, so.
I just remember it was, I think our interpretation was a bit more frenetic, shall we say, than yours. And we were a bit wilder, to say the least. And it was lovely to play in a nice controlled band, with and the soloist did well, didn't they? And it was, the hand you had, really, wasn't it? The hand you dealt on the day. Can be quite difficult at times, but I thoroughly enjoyed it anyway. And as I say, I still live off it, and I still blame my daughter because she was in the draw. So she says, the band who were on second, they were looking at their toes. The band that was on third said their player was only 15 or something, so it wasn't fair for them. And the band that was on last weren't there, so they were pulling all the excuses. And then she must have said in the draw, "Well, can anyone do it? From any bands, volunteer." And they had a bit of a conflab and said, "Well, yes." So she said, "Right, our bass player will do it." And it was the old, "Well, are you going to ask him?" And it was, no, there's no need, he'll do it. So, yes, as I say, so the rest is history. But yeah, it was it was a good one. And lovely to have the bands in North Wales as well for a change, because it's been a while now.
Oh yeah, it's a long trip down to South Wales for the North Wales bands. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, it is a tough one, but even if it was shared out fairly, as we say, 1 in 3 or 4 would do, is just to cut down on the cost, and you do get 1 or 2 other bands actually will turn up due to the fact of it's costing them, single pounds, isn't it, a player rather than hundreds.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because it used to be good when it was sort of in Aberystwyth and places, wasn't it? In the uni, that was always a good one. Remember that a few times.
A bit of a midpoint distance for most bands. Then
it makes you feel a little bit better, doesn't it? That you've all shared the burden. But as I say, even if we had it one on 3 or 4 years, just up here would just lighten the load a little bit for us all, which wouldn't be a bad thing. So I was watching an old Best of Brass last week as well, and you were on it as well. I was quite surprised. I was just one that popped up with some random piece of music, and I looked at it and thought, "Oh, there's Robert there." So I'm not sure.
I had hair.
Yeah. Yeah. I had hair as well. And that's going back a bit. But yeah, that was lovely to see on things like that. And it's nice to have records and stuff like that, isn't it, as well? You know, where because these things are lost, aren't they, over the years? If you're lucky, you might have an old
definitely.
LP or a cassette. I've still got old cassettes of the band, you know, playing, which is So
it's a lot. It's a lot different now with social media because bands are recorded, they're videoed more, individuals are videoed more. It's changed a lot. You get a lot more exposure nowadays.
Absolutely.
Than you did back in the day.
Yeah. It was sort of, well, there was not many records at all from what I can remember, you know, and now, as you say, everybody's got a sneaky recording of the test piece or a concert, haven't they? And if you do any solos or anything, there's usually somebody managed to get a recording. Which is absolutely fantastic, isn't it, for the players now? You know, to be able to, you know, almost chart their progress or life and in banding and things, or you know, highlights and lowlights as well. Maybe if you need, scrubbing off as well in life.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that recording would have been with Park and Dare.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
back in the 70s when Park had a tremendous band. You had Park and Dare, you had Corey. Corey was, you know, the more prominent band, but Park and Dare had a tremendous band snapping at their heels all the time.
Yeah, I remember when I first started playing, we went, I'm sure they'd come to Holywell. It was sort of Point of Air we're playing, and Park had come up for something, but it might have been, you know, Pontins or something they'd come up for. But I remember them playing in, they had a assembly room sort of thing, in Holywell, and they played there, which was you know, great to hear two fantastic bands. You know, as young kids, it was like, you know, the wow factor. Yeah. So
I mean,
after you, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, as a young kid, you get inspiration. I mean, I had players who were always an inspiration to me. Trevor Groom was one. John Clough. I listened to those players, and I always tell players, you know, if you want to improve, listen to the great players.
Yes.
And copy what they're doing. You just listen to them, develop your own sound, you know, but listen to the great players and look how they play and what they do with the music. And it's the same as a conductor. I always say, you know, look at really great conductors. And I've learned over the years, from a conducting point of view, everything I do with bands as conductor, I've learned from the best.
Yes. Yeah,
I've just been really lucky like that.
And I must admit, I've seen that with, you know, sitting, you know, at the back in the bases, you have a bit more time to sort of study what the conductor's up to, and you can see that with the influences on certain ones. You know, you can we had Thomas Weiss for many years, and you could always see there was a bit of Howard Snell there and things, you know, and others where you looked at them and thought, wow, that's, you know. That's a bit of a throwback to this other guy. There's a few over the years where we've sort of said, oh no, never again to people. But mostly we've always said, you're always welcome to come back.
Yeah. Well, you can learn from all these people. I mean, I think with my conducting, there's aspects of it. I was really lucky to have played under the likes of, obviously, Major Kenny.
Yes.
Ian Morgan was a big influence on me when I was a young euphonium player in Park and Dare. There were just so many. Ray Farr, fabulous pattern technique with Ray. Denzel Stevens, great band trainer.
Yeah,
they've all contributed to what I put forward in rehearsals with bands. There's a bit of everybody in there.
Well, it's not a bad list there at all, is there? Really? Yeah. I remember Denzel when he came up to take Point of Air, and you know, he was one of them with a very clear beat, wasn't it? It was very, you know, very direct, and you knew exactly what you were doing. And I remember Ray coming as well, Ray Farr coming to rehearsals a couple of times when whoever was taking us couldn't, and he come, and you know, just some great people over the years, isn't there? There's been you know, in front of us.
That's how you learn.
Yeah, and as you say, learn from the best. Yeah. The funniest one with sort of learning from the best was when Bob Charlie's come up to do a sort of workshop with some of the kids, and we were asking him questions and things, and I asked him about, you know, practicing, you as in practicing stuff you can't play. And he said the best thing ever is a small room. And I was like, what do you mean a small room? He said, well, yeah, just find yourself a small room, go in there, practice your part, and don't come out until you can play it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So it's just practice. Yeah.
Oh, it makes perfect.
Yeah.
There's no substitute for practice.
Yeah.
Technically, I've never been a natural player. Musicianship, lyricism, I've always found comes quite natural to me, but certainly not technique.
Yeah.
And the only way to get any sort of technique is just to practice and practice.
Yeah, absolutely. There is the odd natural, isn't there, player who just can just sort of play anything, but it's always been hard work with me. Even I just had to put the hours in. It was purely that. Yeah, great stuff.
Oh no, I've sat in great bands. I've sat in great bands, and I've sat in great bands in the principal chair, and I've had second euphonium players next to me who technically were better.
Yes,
no two ways about it.
Oh, that's a good balance of that, isn't it? If you get a good technician sitting next to you, I know the name dropping was Dave Roberts, who used to play for Point of Air, and then he came for Northern for a few years, and he always used to say, "Get me a good technician to sit next to me," because he had a wonderful sound. He always sounded like John Clough, that lovely sort of older sound, should we say, from a few years ago. But it was lovely. But you always wanted a good technician next to him, so which is a good cover.
I've had a couple, and you could always turn around and say, "Look, I tell you what, you just bang that little bit in for me."
Yeah. You clack all that in, and yeah. Yes.
I'll crack on with the big exposed lyrical solo.
Yeah.
You chuck in a few of those semi quavers for me.
That's the one. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And the other one I see is that you're quite busy with the vintage Corey as well.
We've been going for a while now. We started. Oh, it must be about 13 years ago now. I think it is 13 years, something like that. And we started off with Denzel Stevens.
Yes. And
then it sort of died a death. And then they came out and did a joint concert with the present band. At the time I was living in France, and I missed that one. And then I came back, and we sort of had this idea of reviving it again. And the last couple of years or so, we've been getting together. It's difficult because none of us are getting any younger, and it's difficult to get the band out to commit to rehearsals because people live a distance away, and they're playing with other bands. They've got other commitments.
Yeah.
But we've done a couple of concerts, and it's great because you're playing alongside boys that we played together back against each other back in the 70s, 80s. And it's just a great social thing. There's a lot of love in the band room when we get together.
Well, that's great, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And we end up in a local football club afterwards for a little bit of a social.
Oh, it's lovely. Isn't that great? And you got Nigel Seaman in the middle, haven't you, as well, I've seen.
Nigel Seaman's taken us at the moment. I've worked with Nigel a lot over the years. I've been principal euphonium in a lot of the bands he's conducted.
Yeah, and he's a North Walian, isn't he? By birth, isn't he? He's
He is indeed, and in fact, I met up with him just last week for a coffee and a cake.
Oh, lovely! How nice.
To put the band in world to rights.
That's always comes up that Yes, always the time with me. So, are you still doing a bit of playing now?
Yeah, I've not done a lot, apart from the odd bit with a vintage band. I've made the odd appearance bands who were stuck. I did the Nationals in one of the lower sections a couple of years ago with Abertillery band. It was stuck for a solo youth.
Oh, right.
And I signed for them and did that. And but recently now, I'm only conducting one band at the moment, which is the Anasia band.
Yeah.
From the Rhondda. And I thought, well, I've got this bit of time on my hands now, and I'd really like to start playing again, and I've got my own youth, and I'm quite friendly with Glyn Williams,
Yes.
who's selling the Adams youths, which I've got one, and a fantastic instrument, and that's inspired. And Glyn's a big inspiration to me. Now, in the day, it was Trevor Groom, it was John Clough, Lynn Baglan.
Yes.
And now I look at these players like Glenn, Gary Curtin, etc., and that inspires me to keep playing. And I'm getting older now. I think I'm just relax a bit and just enjoy my playing.
Well, that's a nice place to be, isn't it? Enjoying it.
Yeah. I've started playing with the a community band. It's part of the Mellon Griffith organisation, based in Cardiff. 5 bands altogether. And I've started playing with the combat. I can't commit myself to a contest band because of my commitments to Anasia.
Yes.
But it's a bit of breaking news. I signed for Anasia last night.
All right.
Because we're short of Euphonium for the area next year. So I've signed as Euphonium, and we are going to bring in a guest conductor to be announced.
All right, okay.
So we'll be bringing in somebody. They'll be conducting, and I'll be playing. Just a one-off. It's just force of circumstances.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, needs must and all that. Yeah, it's all shoulders to the wheel and all that. It's great to hear. Yeah, yes.
Well, we're very much a team at Anasia, and like I said, as MD, I'm as much a team player as everybody else. So I think it'll work out well.
Great stuff. Yeah, it's really good to hear that. Yes, it's a nice one that to get back, emergency get you back out, and you've got no excuse because you got your own, haven't you? And they're pretty good, them Adams, aren't they? Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. And it's I enjoy concerts, but there's a thrill of the contest day, isn't it? There's a social aspect of it. There's a sort of you're under that pressure, and it's and I really enjoy that pressure.
Yeah, and I think because it's something we've sort of grown up with, you end up and I always think it keeps the bands honest as well in terms of you're playing and everything. You've got something to aim for. Middle of March, that's a peg in the ground, guys, isn't it? It's
definitely. Definitely motivates you.
Yes. Yeah, it's one of them where you say anything in March. Oh, no, I'm busy.
No. Exactly.
Yeah. Would you like to come out? No. Yeah. I'm going to band. Don't ask. Yeah. And that's one thing that other people don't get, do they? The non-sort of banding world. When you say, well, I've got a contest in the month. That's it. Yeah. Every weekend, 2 nights a week or more.
And it's sort of, well, can you miss this one? And I said, well, no, actually, because I'm registered.
Yes.
And you can only play registered players. You have to explain all the registration system to people. And I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, because it looks from the outside like anyone could play for anybody. But there is that. Yeah, exactly. Is that registration, which does hold us back at times, doesn't it? Unfortunately, it is a tough one with.
It's nice to see they've relaxed the rules a bit now, though.
Yeah, it's been quite a good idea.
Yeah, especially for lower section bands. I mean, the elite bands. I mean, they lose a player or two, and it's almost like they've got a queue of replacements. They can just slot in. With the lower section bands, if you lose 1 or 2 players, because the banding world as such has shrunk definitely. We've lost bands.
Yes.
There aren't so many players around. There certainly aren't so many committed players around. It's difficult to find replacements.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've got the same thing where we are. If, as you say, if you lose, 1 player even, there isn't that sort of pool of players who are just, sitting at home doing nothing or playing in a lower section band or community band, or they want to change instruments or move up the line or something. There just isn't that. Yeah. There's nobody really coming through. That we seem to have a lot of players who are sort of 40s, 50s, 60s age. There's a block there, and there's a few then younger, but we haven't got that sort of 20, well, from what I can see, the 20, 30-year-olds coming through, who can do a job for you.
Yeah, it's a problem. I'm very fortunate in Nicaea at the moment that we do have a full band. I can't take any new sign-ins.
Yeah.
But it's taken a while to get to that point, and we've had a couple of players recently signed who, like myself, could be described as vintage.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. They bring all that experience with them, and they tend to have the commitment as well.
Yes.
They tend to have that committed mentality, which is great.
Yeah, they've sort of gone through it before and they know what they're signing up for, don't they? And it's,
exactly.
that level of commitment and time and personal practice and band rehearsal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear you'll be playing. And I'm going to try my best to get down to have a listen. My band's going down, but I won't be playing, but I'll try and catch up with you. I'm going to try my best to get there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Be lovely to see you again, Steve.
Yes, yeah. So what section are you in now?
In the third section.
Oh, right. So Hollywood will be in the third next year as well. So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, because they had.
Yeah, I was going to say I do a lot of conducting in the lower sections now. Yeah, as you know, I've conducted in Championship. I was resident at Tredegar for a little while, prepared them for the British Open. But a lot of my conducting has been in the lower section, and I almost feel like a missionary because that's really, I know, this really where the lower sections, I feel they really need guidance.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I see and hear so many bad habits in the lower sections, but you also see some great players in the lower sections as well.
Yeah. You do get some really good ones, but it is that it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? You get both extremes, don't you? You get somebody who's punching above their weight and somebody punching below, shall we say?
Yeah. I mean, you get some. You look at some of the local lower section bands, and there's quite a few ex-Crawley players playing at a lower level, but still great players.
Yeah,
still great players.
And how great that is to have somebody in the band like that. You get 2 or 3 of them in the band, you're away, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Well, my euphonium player in Nicaea was my bumper up youth in Corey.
Oh, nice one.
Going back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And he's Derek still, he still sounds as sweet as ever.
Yeah.
So great player.
Yes, nice to have players like that around you. And as you say, from way back, yeah, absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to sitting next to him playing again.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It is lovely.
Yeah. I said to him, it'll be just like old times. A little less hair and perhaps not quite as much ability as we used to have, but we'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh, it's great stuff. Great to hear. Right. Well, I just wanted to say a big thank you, really, for you spending the time with me. It's absolutely wonderful to catch up.
Oh, I've loved it. It's I never switch off from banding.
Same here.
I rehearsal playing. I'm banding all the time. It's been my life. I've been very fortunate. I've been very lucky that I've been in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
So I got into positions that I thought, how did I get here? But just luck, and I've just enjoyed it thoroughly.
Oh, well, that's good to hear.
And still do.
Yes. Well, that's fantastic. What a great advert, isn't it, for banding? Yeah. Great stuff. Well, thank you again. And as I say, all the very best for the area, which is fast approaching. And hopefully I'll see you down in Swansea. Thank you so much.
Oh, it would be great to see you again, Steve.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care. Cheers, Robert. All the very best. Cheers. Bye.
Okay. Bye now.